Hi there. This is Jean Roman with For Dragonflies and Me. Thanks so much for joining me at this week's podcast. As always, I'm super excited to be here sharing gardening, cooking, organizational tips and tricks, having discussions on healthy lifestyles, and of course, having conversations with incredible entrepreneurs. Today's guest is going to thrill you with her business and how, at such a young age, she has not only developed a desirable product, but also the steps she took to get there. I had the pleasure of meeting this extremely talented and driven young lady at a recent conference named LeadHER-ship last fall. I was representing the chamber I worked for, providing information on the benefits of a small business partnering with a chamber of commerce in order to grow a business. Well, as I was done talking, I went and I sat down at one of the tables next to this lady and began chatting it up. In short order, she was telling me all about her company and how she developed it. She was so excited. It was just contagious. I was so impressed with her and what she was doing. I asked her right away if she'd be willing to come on my podcast and share how she started her business and provide some tips and tricks for other young entrepreneurs wanting to start up. And graciously, she agreed. So now I'd like to introduce today's guest, Tama Smith, co-founder and vice president of My Sahara Corporation. And actually, folks, there's not just Tama, but she is part of a four-person team working together to develop this and several other products. Welcome, Tama.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Like I said, when we met at the leadership conference, I was so impressed with you and with Tamara, who I'm sure you know, we already did our podcast recording as well. And folks listening, Tamara and Tama have been friends and met through through the organization Access. Tamara was the owner of Lincoln Stone Paper. So these two gals really work
I
together.
know, and our name are similar.
Oh, I know, and I goofed up the script the first time, but thankfully you were gracious and we're very understanding. But Tama, I'm so excited to chat about what motivated you and My Sahara Corp to team up to develop and create My Sahara Tea. And thank you again for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here with me and my guest today.
Oh, no problem. I am just so appreciative to be on your podcast. And in regards to My Sahara Corporation, oh my goodness, I just love speaking about it. So My Sahara Corporation, it was birthed from a need to connect small businesses on the African continent to the global marketplace. And what we have developed out of My Sahara Corporation is My Sahara Tea, which was started to show the marketplace what is possible by trading with Africa. My Sahara Tea is produced by a single mother of two in Nigeria. Introducing her product to the global marketplace has provided a better life for her and her family, and she is so appreciative, and we are so excited to be able to, help her in her endeavors as well as help us bring different products from the continent for people to enjoy.
Well, that's incredible. And, with that being said, Tama, tell my listeners a little bit about yourself and how you and your team started this business. Where were you and, and where and how did you get to where you're at now?
Okay, so I like you said, I am Tama Smith. I am from Detroit, and I've always had a drive to be an entrepreneur. I traveled to Mother Africa for the first time in 2021 and have been in love with the continent ever since. My Sahara Corporation was, like you said, started by four co-founders. Two are from Nigeria. One lives in Michigan with me, and the other one, he lives in Texas.
Oh, wow.
And then we have another African American woman that's from Detroit. And we just all met and talked through the lack of authentic available African food in the stores.
Mm-hmm.
We did a survey with our friends and family and found out that we all experienced the same thing. We had a drive we had to drive a minimum of an hour to get authentic African food, which is a bummer.
Yeah,
And then
for
that just
sure.
led to the discussion of other African products like shea butter. We were introduced to a female supplier from Nigeria that sold an ancient local recipe, that which is the herbal tea, and that's how My Sahara Tea, was born. And so, we just walked through the logistics of the first shipment, and now we're developing the supply chain.
That is incredible. What a testimony and what a story, Tama. And I love talking to entrepreneurs, especially female girl power, right? But it's great that you have a
Yes.
team. Yeah, I mean, and it's a team of entrepreneurs that is just showing, where there's a will, there's a way. But now, with that being said, we kind of got a little backstory of the incredible lady who is developing this product. Share with my audience what inspired you, other than, I know you mentioned, the lack of availability, but, what inspired you to have the first product as, My Sahara Tea?
Well, we try to educate people about the fact that the small business owner in Africa is very resilient. They work very hard to provide for their families. They produce good quality products. In the global marketplace, there are lots of products, but not a lot of stories behind them. So
Mm-hmm.
we believe that we do fair trade with small businesses in Africa. They stand a chance to rising out of poverty and sustaining the rise, because that's one of our mottos is together we rise.
Oh, that's incredible. And again, it's just a great testimony showing what some young entrepreneurs can do. I mean, I know I said it,
Yes.
but where there's a will, there is a way. And you and your team have
Yes, yes.
definitely proven that. I know you said a little bit about the shea butter, but I would love for you to share with my listeners, do you have any other products you offer? And if yes, especially what would they be? And are there online options? Can you share with my listeners, the other options?
Sure. So, like I said, My Sahara Corporation has developed its first product, My Sahara Tea, which is a 5 blend spice comprised of mint leaves, cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, and galangal root. And we're working on other blends as well. And we're also testing the market for our organic shea butter, honey, liquid black soap, and
Ooh.
argan, a carrot oil, baskets, and also a body scrub. And at this time, only My Sahara Tea can be purchased from our website, which is www.bysahara.com. And we are working on getting the other items to the market as quickly as we can.
Well, that is incredible. And please make sure as soon as each item becomes available that you let me know so that I can, again, share that information out on my blog and my social media sites, because I love what you're doing. Tama, I love that you help women in underprivileged countries develop their product and offer them here in the US. And not just women, but just, entrepreneurs in Africa and other countries. I have another friend I wanted to introduce you to. Her name is Yvette Jenkins, and she is Love Travels Imports, and she does something very similar. And she is actually going to be one of my podcast guests as well. And she's been doing this. Oh gosh, I've known her for probably a good 15 years, and she's an incredible lady. And what you guys are doing and offering products, like you said, in a global marketplace to US residents and bringing these products overseas, just shows, what collaboration can do, and what products can be shared and brought over. Tama, at the leadership conference we met at, I realized you had received some guidance through that organization, Access. Can you tell my listeners a bit about how Access helped you and your business and how you found them?
Well, yes, Access has helped me in my business through various small business workshop offerings, one-on-one counseling sessions, help me with the delivery of my pitch for competitions, assisted in securing vendor opportunities, as well as networking opportunities in this ecosystem. And your podcast is actually an example of an invitation I received just by attending Access. And actually, I am a part of so much stuff. I just received an email one day and I saw about this ignite your biz for 5 weeks through Access, and I'm like, let me see what this about. And I actually thought it was shorter than what it was. I didn't realize at first that it was like really one day for 5 weeks, even though I knew I saw that, but for some reason it didn't resonate. But I'm glad that it did, because so many opportunities have come to pass since I've been a part of Access. If nobody is a part of Access, they really need to find out about Access and get a part, because being in the Access ecosystem, you cannot go wrong. Just like I met Tamara, you, and so many other wonderful individuals that's helping me.
Oh, well, thank you. I certainly feel privileged to have met you and Tamara and Farah and several other wonderful, incredible women at that LeadHER-ship conference. And, Access does really provide a special, unique offering to entrepreneurs. And I'm really excited to share Aisha's podcast with all of our listeners as well. And so, I would love for you to now share, we talked a little bit about, some future products, but Tama, where do you see My Sahara Corp in 5 years? What are your future goals and dreams, your vision of it?
Oh my goodness, our dream is so big. Our dream is to be a one-stop shop for wholesalers who
Oh,
are looking to source products from Africa. Because, like I said, even though I've mentioned those items, they're not just from one particular place. Like the shea butter is from this part of Africa, the soap is from this part of Africa. So Nigeria. That's what I meant. I apologize. I
that's
meant to
okay.
say Nigeria, because that's where we're working with small businesses at right now, and it's just so nice to be able to work with people from different regions, because everybody has something different to offer. So we just want to be the bridge between Africa and the world. And
Aw,
our immediate goal is to scale our current product offerings, which is the herbal tea and the liquid black soap, the organic honey, the raw shea butter, the argan carrot oil, and we also have these beautiful baskets and coasters that's made with the Africa symbol on one side, and then some fabric on the coaster on the other side. Is like the coasters you put on your table so
yeah,
nobody mess up your table.
yeah.
So
Well, I
yeah,
collect coasters, so I
just
want one of those.
it's exciting. It's exciting. So you're just to be that one-stop shop for wholesalers.
That's incredible. And I wanted to also say thank you again for your lovely donation of the gift basket for a past event that I had organized, and that actually sold for a fairly decent price. We were really excited about it. It was a very nice gift.
Nice.
Yes,
You
and
are
so
welcome. I'm
oh well,
glad. And whoever got it, I hope they enjoyed it.
I'm sure they did. There was nothing to not enjoy about it. But so gift baskets. So is that something like that you can offer currently, or is that something again just for the future?
It's actually something for the future, because we're just, right now just trying to test the market.
Sure.
And actually that gift basket was something I specifically made for your event. The baskets that I'm referring to that we have, I'll have to actually send you a picture. It's
Please do so I
actually
can.
made in Nigeria baskets. Is this young man that makes them with
Okay.
different fabrics and beads. I'll have to send you a picture.
Oh,
But yeah,
please
the
do.
basket I sent you, that was just something specifically,
Okay.
I made for that
For the
silent
auction.
auction.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. That makes sense. So I don't know. Are you familiar with like the Bolga baskets? They are they are made, and I am ashamed to say I cannot remember what country. And actually Yvette sells these. They are again produced by women in a very underprivileged country, and there is, it's actually an organization called Bolga Basket, and I have several of
Oh
them that
wow,
I've purchased. Yeah, that I but again I am ashamed to say I don't remember the country. I'll have to do a little more research into
that's okay.
that. Yeah, but so okay, well I love baskets and coasters. So you're gonna have to keep me posted on that, Tama. And for sure send me pictures, because when I do I'll do the blog post for this podcast, and I want to encourage people to visit your website, and I'd love to have any even future items so I can display that on there. But now that everyone listening is dreaming of a cup of your delicious tea, tell my listeners once again how they can order that product from you.
Okay, great. My Sahara Tea can be purchased at www.buysahara, BUYSAHARA.com. That's www.buysahara.com. BUYSAHARA.
Awesome. And all, don't worry, folks listening, if you missed that, you can see that link in my podcast description, as well as the blog post at fordragonfliesandme.org. But Tama, this has been so much fun. And listeners, again, to find out more about My Sahara Tea and My Sahara Corp, you can go to my website at For Dragonflies and Me. And obviously, again, Tama's at buysahara.com. But I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you, Tama, for sharing your story with all of my listeners. There's so many young entrepreneurs out there that, may have a foot on both sides of the fence, right? And, some of you have day jobs, some of you have, put all their focus into their small business. And a lot of people have, like you, a foot on both sides of the fence where, you're trying to build your business and build your brand. And listening to your story, I believe someone is going to be inspired. They're going to say, you know what? I can do this. And it's going to be because of you, Tama, and Tamara, and other podcast guests that I've had that are small business owners that have taken that leap of faith. And so I cannot tell you thank you enough, Tama.
Oh, you are so welcome. And I really thank you also for interviewing me for this podcast. I thank all the listeners for listening. And if there are any listeners out there, if you're looking for products that you're interested in sourcing from Africa, starting with Nigeria, let me know. I'm your girl.
Absolutely. Don't forget. But anyways, thank you again, everybody. So please follow me here and at my blog at For Dragonflies and Me. And if you have not visited me on Facebook, please like and follow me there for daily inspiration, recipes, and gorgeous photos. Until next time, friends, happy day.